When receptors in your brain die out, new ones take their place, dependent on the regrowth of the brain's neural highway. The new grown receptor in the brain can act differently than what it is before, or was before, meaning that a dopamine receptor could transform itself into a serotonin receptor. Just using an example due to complexity in the reconfiguration of the brain's neurotransmission system. Pills that are considered antagonists cause a decay in the brain growth cycle, meaning the chemical that cause certain receptors to be blocked are in fact damaging the brain, causing the neurons to burn out or short circuit. The older we get, the more contaminated our blood becomes. The cardiovascular system, or the circulation of the bloodstream, allows the transfer of molecule structures to travel throughout the body. And we have a blood-brain barrier that protects our brain from toxic elements. But some elements can bond with some stereotypical chemicals to bypass the blood-brain barrier and then metabolize in the brain through electrolysis. Sedative drugs cause the brain to shut down, yet as the most primitive instinct we have is to survive. So the mechanism that protects the growth cycle to reproduce neurotransmitters acts on its own and constantly reconfigures itself to defend it from dying. When the brain shuts off completely, you lose all central consciousness, no longer have the capability to be aware of your inhabitants. But you can go through an altered sense of consciousness in which you are in another reality as your own. Delirium, psychedelics, and sedative hypnotics enter you in the dream world, or you lose consciousness in a split second of jump-starting the DMT in the back of our brain, causing us to awaken fright. At the same time, we awake without emotion to realize that our reality is what is inside our own minds. One of the reasons why I hate taking medications is that it kills the brain slowly without causing notable change until it's too late. The specific configuration of the brain provides the chemical reaction that produces what most called emotion. Emotion is the sense of how we feel based on interaction with our environment. When one is aware of harming of oneself and cares deeply about oneself, they will start to feel depressed and aggravated because of damaging that is happening. Certain pills will reprogram your brain, and specifically production a limited amount of transferred energies that pass through neurotransmission, providing an illusion of comfortability. When you lack the time of not taking the pill, your brain attempts to normalize itself back into what it is before. You feel aggravated because it's no longer what you're used to feeling. What you're feeling is the brain trying to grow back to what it was before. See, through stem cell research, we have regenerative cycles in the brain through a nutritious diet that we consume molecule structures in an attempt to reprogram and reproduce and reconfigure our own neurological compound. The spinal cord is the direct highway of our nervous system. Connection of a microscopic blood veins and connect through an iron core blood cell called the hemoglobin. When iron is striking with electronegativity, it carries a charge and turns into a magnetic compound. Its polarity causes the cycle and links to transmittable frequency through the connectivity of polarities. And a polarity can be north-south, positive, negative, yes, no. It's comparison of duality. I'm not that smart, yet desire to acquire information that could provide an outcome of becoming a smart person, yet the understanding of an idea that is overwhelming to comprehend could provide redirection into delusion of wanting to understand.